What's up? How you doing, sugar? Welcome. If you are somebody that is intentionally on your healing journey, um, and may find yourself stepping into your new identity, which was always of you, but you just had to allow it to come out. You know what I'm saying? And express yourself how and who you truly are. If you're finding that difficult, uh, this may be a video for you. I definitely had to experience that and probably will continue to, uh, but not for the reasons that some may think. And maybe. But anyhow, stay, hang out, welcome. My name is Moki. That's right. 1-0, not 2. My name is not Mookie, although that is a very common nickname. That is not my name. All right. So the wind, it's very windy out here today. But if you guys have been following me, then you already know I'm doing 100 videos over the next 100 days. So no matter what, we are getting these videos done. And I told you, no matter how I look, where I am, baby, I'm gonna record. And this is day 3 of 100. And today I was sitting out today and I was journaling and listening to a little bit of music. I've got a book that I'm reading too that I'm really enjoying, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video. But it came to me for today's video, something that I experienced on my healing journey that others may be experiencing, and I'm hoping that this video may be able to help you. So for me, a very important part of your healing journey is knowing thyself, right? Learning who you truly are, what you really desire, and the type of life that you want to live. But so many of us experience certain things in our lives, and then just with society in general and what it pushes, the narratives that it push, and what it's telling you need to do to be this great person or this perfect citizen or whatever, you tend to subconsciously alter who you truly are. You do. You start to live by what you think is digestible, what is liked. Um, Try to shrink yourself down. You don't want to rattle people's cages or make them uncomfortable or make them see you in a particular way. And so you start to do things like mask, um, develop these characteristics in your personality in order to fit in certain rooms and places and amongst certain groups of people. And sometimes you go so deep in, you don't even realize it. And it's not necessarily your fault when everything around you is pushing that. Be a good person, be a good citizen. This is what it looks like to be successful. This is what a good friend looks like, a good sibling, a good child. When that is being pushed all the time, you're more than likely going to find yourself um, easing right on into it, you know? And it starts out very young. It starts off in school, at home, and it's not that people mean harm. It's just what was pushed to them too. And they want you, especially your parents, they want you to have an easy life, man. They don't want you struggling. They've seen things, they've experienced things, and so they're going to raise you and teach you to be what they feel would give their child, their baby, the best life. They've seen society, they've seen how it can chew people up and spit them out. So they're like, well, no, I want to make sure my baby's educated. I want to make sure my baby leans into careers that are going to propel them forward in the world that we live in. And I'm going to make sure I discipline them in the way that, maybe the police don't have to, and teachers don't have to. And they're just scared. A lot of people are teaching and raising off of fear, and that's it's okay. Everybody's just doing the best that they think that they should be doing a lot of the time. But as you grow up into adulthood and you start to live in this life that you feel that you should be living, that you're supposed to be living, right? You go to school, educate yourself, get the job, have the family, or the picket fence and the house and the dog and the cars, and you are working so much off of everything around you that's being fed to you, um, in every way, you kind of lose who you truly are, what you truly desire, the things that would really make you happy that society may not see as ideal, or what it is to be the perfect, um, the American dream, or what have you. And when you decide to become intentional on your healing journey, when you decide that something's not right here, it's not that it's not always bad either. It's just off. Some feel off. I don't feel fulfilled. I'm doing all these things. I'm following all the rules, but something still is just off. And so you get up and you decide, I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to live the life that I desire. I don't want to keep working off of autopilot. I don't want to just do and take what's fed to me all the time. There's something that needs to be shifted in my journey, because this is all right, but it's not me, you know? And so you become intentional and you start to learn these things about yourself. You start to learn that a lot of the times what you truly desire, what you truly want, sometimes goes against possibly everything you've ever learned or know or seen or heard. And it can be a little scary for some people, because it's like, what if everything around me is saying one thing, but me, little old me, feels different? I've got to go against all of that. It'll feel like that sometimes on your healing journey. I've been there. I still get that sometimes, depending on what it is. But this video is more about a couple of difficulties, or a couple of things you were not prepared for when deciding to step into your true self and live as a true self, and what that sounds like, um, and what does that look like on a regular basis. And I hope that this video helps you to not feel alone, because you're not. So many people experience this. And I talk to people on the regular. The wind is blowing and it's howling. I don't know if you can hear it howling, but it is. I hope it doesn't mess with the sound too bad, y'all. I'm doing my best to try not to allow it. And I'm trying to turn my back a little bit to kind of block it. Um, but something in particular that I want to talk about today was, when you decide to be your true self, when you decide to step into your journey, and be authentic, dress the way you want to dress, talk how you want to talk, live how you want to live, even if it seems impossible to most, you're going to learn that so much of you were based off of everything outside of you. So much of you, based off of fitting in. And like I said, being digestible, not making others feel that, possibly you're too much, or, just trying to not be a burden and make everyone else's life easy at the expense of what you truly want and desire. And once you do decide and you notice that, I don't like wearing that, I don't like eating that, I want to live like this, I want to listen to this music, I want to do this for a living, even if nobody I know has ever done it and been successful, or maybe people that I don't know have been successful, and although it has been close enough to me, I still feel that this is my passion, or this is my desire, this is what I want. You're gonna find yourself having to leave those old spaces and those old circle of people. And when you do start to step into your truth and who you truly are, you're going to find that some people are going to have a difficult time, accepting or believing it even. You've sold this particular identity for so long that when you start to step into who you truly are, doing things without fear, just being brave and spontaneous and optimistic all the time, and you know just saying and doing what you truly want. Some people are not gonna, that's not the version of you that they've had for all these years or short term or whatever it was in your past, and they're gonna feel like this new version, which has truly always been you, is fake. uh that's not how she really talks. That's not how she dress. That's not what she used to do. That's not how she don't laugh like that. She don't, people don't realize, and then they'll say, oh, that's fake. But people don't realize the version that they were receiving before you went on your healing journey was the fake. Yes, it was I'd say a mixture of you, but it was definitely based off of everything around you. And some people don't know how to accept that for many different reasons. Some people are gonna feel like it's not really you, and then it may make you feel, um, you know, down, or it may make you feel, you may struggle with stepping into that, your true identity, because of everyone around you that you built this love and community with. You're afraid that they are going to feel that way. Well, I'm going to tell you, they probably are, but they have every right to. That's what I had to realize in my journey. It's like they got every right to feel like that ain't her. She don't do like this. She don't talk like that. She don't. That's fine, because I sold a different version to them when I was trying to, make sure they were comfortable, or make sure that I wasn't doing too much, that I didn't think I was all that, or uh, just making sure that they liked me, or I was funny, or I dressed the way to be perceived a certain way. That's who they saw for so long. That's who they got to know. That's who they befriended. That's who they liked. That's who they, whatever the connection is, that's what it was based off of. So, of course, they're going to feel like, oh, this version of you, which is your true self, is not you. It's not the you that they know, that they're used to. And just like any and everything else in our lives, when it comes to an end, there's usually a grievance process. There's usually a grievance process. They grieve the old version of you, and we know so well that so many of us have not developed certain um, maturities when it comes around emotional intelligence, and we're still fighting certain things. We're still trying to heal certain things. So they don't necessarily understand what's happening for you. And then also, you chose to, raise your vibrations. You're going to have a frequency that they can't really hear, if that makes sense. So they're gonna feel like, oh, they into that, or they doing that, or you know, and they grieve the old you. You're gonna find yourself with particular relationships ending, or shifting, or changing, and you're probably gonna have people that feel like, man, I miss them, and you're like, I'm right here. I'm right here. But what they truly miss is, they miss the watered down you. They miss the digestible version of you, the version that they could use, the version that made them laugh, the version that made them feel safe, and made them feel good about themselves, because you overextended. The version of you that was always there when they needed to call or vent their whatever to you, even though it might have made you as an empath feel tired or drained, or taking on energy where you're now got an attitude and you're grumpy and you're fighting their battles. They miss that version of you because they benefited from that version of you. They benefited. And now that you've dropped these people pleasing tendencies, these performance acts, they don't have that security blanket no more. They don't have that step stool to stand on. They don't have that, you know, that particular fountain of energy that you were pouring for them to feel good about themselves, when they should be doing the work on themselves to do that for themselves. that is something that I noticed I dealt with, continue to deal with, and others that come to talk with me and do any type of coaching with me also deal with. And I want you to know that if you are dealing with that, that's part of the process. It's part of the process. You're not doing anything wrong. I'm proud of you. It is not easy. It will be sometimes that you may feel lonely, but that too will heal. You will learn that yourself is your best friend anyway. You will learn that you have everything that you need no matter what, and that the more that you stay authentic, the more that you stay true to what you truly desire and want, go in the direction that thrives for you, that pours into you, that makes you better. Continue that route. And those who are vibrating on that frequency, those who can appreciate that, who has emotional intelligence, who is, to a spiritual being raising their vibration, that knows what it takes, what it looks like, that truly understands and understands, they will gravitate towards you. You will build a new village. Yes, you're going to grieve some of the old, but that was part of that chapter for you, and this is a new chapter. And I tell people all the time, I know that it's not easy, but you cannot wear your old uniform to your new job. A company is not going to let you walk in with a especially a competitive uh you know company's uniform on in their facility. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work. You're not going to be able to do that. And that goes for your journey. So in order for you to step fully into this life that you desire and that you deserve and that you want, you have got to drop that old uniform. You got to. And sometimes it's people, sometimes it's places, sometimes it's things, it's habits, it's patterns. But you must know that that is part of the process. It is part of the process. And don't allow it to get to you what people say, because they want you to live in that old cycle. They're not meaning to hurt you. It's just unfamiliar. And we all know that when something's new sometimes and it's unfamiliar, it can be uh, uncomfortable. You got to learn something else. You got to do something different than what your muscle memory or your routine has already, made you comfortable in doing. And when people are approached with that, they're going to have pushback. They're going to have pushback, and that's okay. It's okay. But you got to trust yourself. You got to. You got to trust yourself. You got to keep moving. You got to keep allowing yourself to expand in the ways that you truly want to. Keep trying the different hobbies. Keep trying the different foods and cultures, and question everything, and listen to the music that you want to listen to that makes you vibrate high, makes you feel good. Wear the clothes that are comfortable for you. Don't find yourself over consuming to appease anybody. Make sure that what you're doing is for you. And one thing that I tell people, a way to make sure of this, there's the wind again. I'm going to wait just in case it howls into the mic again. One way that can help you with knowing, because I have people say, well, Moki, how do I know? You know, it's going to take practice, but ask yourself before you do anything. Start to move slower. Give yourself time to think. Don't tie your schedule up so much where you're always rushing. Start to eliminate some things that you're doing that doesn't serve you, truly serve you, that you're not doing it to make somebody else feel better or help someone, even though it's at your expense. Just pay attention to how packed your schedule is. Let's start getting rid of some of those things so that you can move a little slower and take your time doing the things that you truly want to do, right? And ask yourself before you make a decision, is this for me? And somebody's coming on a four-wheeler, y'all, or motorcycle. Is this truly for me, or does it make me look good to someone else? Is this truly for me, or does it make me sound good to someone else? Is this truly for me, or will it make me come off a certain way that this person or these people will say, oh, she's a nice person, he's a nice person, he's so caring, look at, they always there when we call. You have to make sure, are you performing, or is this something that pours into you? Ask that before you do anything. Watch how much that you do on a regular basis is not truly for you. Just watch. It blew me. I started to ask those questions when towards the beginning of my intentional healing journey, and man, I was doing so many things that I didn't realize. And it doesn't make me a bad person. I had to give myself so much grace, because I really I found myself beating up on myself quite a bit when I realized that so much of what I did was about people pleasing. So much of what I did was about being, shrinking so that people wouldn't think. What I would hear all the time growing up too is I would hear people talk about other people, say, she thinks she all that. He think he all that. And so when you hear that and you want to be liked, or you want to be seen you don't want to be misunderstood or seen in a negative light, you'll shrink yourself. You won't walk with your head so high and your chest out and confidence, and walk in the room and own the room. You find yourself shrinking so that they don't say things like that about you. But I'm gonna tell you something about that whole they think they all that saying. I do not like it, because it creates a narrative, and it also creates this belief in society that people that are confident, that own a room, that dress a certain way, hold their shoulders a certain way, hold their back straight, walk in the room smiling and speaking, that them doing that is a problem. That is exactly what we should be striving for. A straight spine, confidence, chin up, head up, chest out, wearing what we want to wear, owning the room, speaking to everybody, because it's a blessing to be here. We should be happy, you know what I'm saying, to be who we are and what we look like, and that we have the gifts and abilities that we have, and that we have the blessings that we have. And not everyone is in the position that we're in, so we should walk with joy, knowing that I can be right here right now to experience whatever it is I'm experiencing. Yes, you should think you all that, because you are all that. You were created by the creator of the creator. Do you understand what you are and who you are? You are all that. You mean to tell me that I am part of the creator and I'm supposed to walk around and act like it? Oh, mm-mm. I don't care how you feel, because you haven't realized it yet. Don't mean I ain't got to. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not shrinking. Yes, I'm all that. To me, your version of all that, or your version of what you think that somebody deserves to be able to walk and act and talk like that, that's your business. But to me, I'm all that. And everybody that I come across that I'm blessed to compliment or empower or uplift, I'm gonna tell them too, they all that. I ain't got to know you to tell you all that, baby. You all that because you are of the creator, created in the creator's image. You know how powerful that is? Do you understand that? You are all that. So, yes, you're going to have some people that is not going to understand you walking in your new true self. But just know, baby, that is part of the process. Keep walking with your head high. Be all that. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I see somebody like that, when I see somebody walk in the room, they smiling, they got their shoulders back, they outfit, and I'm going to commend you. I'm going to be like, you go ahead. One thing I'm going to do is give you your flowers while you can still smell them. You look good. You are so talented. I stop people all the time. I make it my duty. This is one thing, and I tell people to do this exercise because it's going to pour into you more than you know. When you see somebody, and we all do it, we go to the grocery store, we go here, we go there, and we see somebody and we like something. We say, oh, their shoes look good, their bag look good, they call, look at them, they got a beautiful smile, look at them, they got a good personality, they so funny, this, whatever it is, but we won't say nothing. And I ain't saying you got to, but we don't say nothing. We just stare, we look at mine, and we walk on off. I'm somebody that I made it my thing every day, just one person. If I see something that I like or I admire, just one person, I compliment one person every day. Every day, I give them their flowers. You never know what that does for a person. You never know. They could be in the same space that you were in. They can be walking. You don't know what it took to for someone to be in that space, because we all know those who are on their healing journey, who've learned the power of self, and you know your worth and your value. You understand, baby, what it took to get there. So when you see it on somebody else, you make sure to give them their flowers and love on them and tell them, because you know what it took to get to that space. You know it. So me, myself, I'm going to give you your flowers. I'm going to say, you look good. I'm proud of you. I stopped the girl in the gym Friday morning, I think it was, and the weight that she had on the leg press, it takes time to build up to that. That's not something that she decided even a month ago and said, I'm going to do this, and then she was able to do it. That takes work, that takes effort, that takes consistency, that takes getting up on days you didn't feel like it, that takes drinking your protein and eating your meal preps and all that. It takes discipline, and I know what it takes. So you best believe when she got to a space, I didn't interrupt her reps. We do not do that. Please do not interrupt somebody's mid-workout. She was to a point where she was done with the machine, cleaned up, and was taking a break. And I went up to her, and it's so funny because when I do this to people, they don't expect it. And I went up to her, and I said, hey, I said, girl, 4 plates on that leg press like that, baby. I said, you are a beast. You are a beast. You are fierce. Keep doing your thing. I see you. You look amazing. I know what it takes to get to that, and it took a lot of hard work and discipline. And girl, I'm giving you your flowers. Kudos to you. Keep it up. Keep inspiring people in here. People may not be telling you, but they watching. And I'm proud of you. And she was just blown away. Like she didn't even know what to say. And most of the time when I compliment people, they don't know what to say. And it made me realize we spend more time bringing each other down and dissecting each other and critiquing each other and criticizing each other than we do uplifting each other, to the point where it feels unfamiliar, and it surprises us when someone gives us a positive compliment. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. Positivity and love and light should be, you know, that should be our first thing to do. Just like with reviews, you're more likely to have someone leave a negative review than a positive one. If they have a positive experience, they may do a little word of mouth, but they don't normally take the time to write and do things like that. They'll just be like, oh, that was nice, and they'll just go about their day. But let somebody piss them off. Let somebody give them something they don't like or do something. They'll be quick to write a whole novel about it. We got to do better with what we put out there too. We got to, and we can get into that in another video. But this one is about step into your new identity. I know it's tough. I know there are going to be people on your healing journey that's not going to understand. They're not going to hear you no more when you start vibrating on a different frequency. It's like a dog whistle. You know, the dog can hear it. It's when you are raising your vibrations and you're seeing life differently through a different lens, not everybody is going to get it. They're not. But you have to allow them to come along, or not even come along, but do things on their own time. You know, you too once were at a place where you weren't where you are now, and you said some things and you did some things and you had opinions and you critiqued and you criticized. And so give them grace too. Don't allow them to treat you no kind of way or talk to you no kind of way. I never, that's not what I mean when I say give people grace and forgive them. It's have some understanding, and keep moving forward. Keep moving forward, keep doing the work. Your people will find you. Your people will find you. Some people gonna get with it though. Some people gonna get with the program. Some people gonna be like, you know what? You're welcome to change. I still love you. I got a lot of those and I'm grateful for them. I do. I have a good support system that they understand that. And then surprisingly, what surprised me was how many people was not surprised. They was like, girl, we always knew you was different. It was always on you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you changed a few things that you do and habits or patterns, but you still mokey. You still your silly self. You just, you just don't do, certain things or another now, but you were always a wildflower. You were always walking light. You were always uplifting and, loved on people and loved a good time. So not everybody, but there will be some people that won't get it. There will be some people that want the old for you to stay in the same ways and do the same stuff. And they'll tell you change as if it's something bad. And it's like, if change was bad, baby, why we got seasons? Huh? If change is bad, why do we have seasons? Why do we not keep on the same clothes every day, all day? You got to change. You got to change, baby. So it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with you. That's part of the process. Keep being authentic. Keep being yourself. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep exploring those corners of your mind that you haven't visited since you was a child. Do the things that bring you pure joy. Step into them fearlessly. Talk how you want to talk. Do what you want to do. I don't care what it is. And even if you change your mind, there's nothing wrong with changing either. You might want to be one way today and be a different way next month. If it pours into you and it's for you, do it. It's no wrong way to do this thing, y'all. We're all trying to figure this thing out for ourselves. All our journeys are supposed to look different. You don't need a blueprint. You don't got to follow exactly what somebody else do. Just listen to you and what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to eat, what you want to drive, where you want to live. I know you was raised a certain way. I know you were taught things in certain religions, and do you, baby. Everybody gonna be all right. They big folks. They grown ups. They'll survive. I will tell you, just give yourself the proper foundation to stand on the decisions that you make. That's what I tell people. You can live the life you want to live. You can do what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, but build a strong enough foundation to sustain those decisions that you make. That's a big one. You can't be out here uh, making these big changes or deciding to evolve in these certain ways, and then you're depending on somebody else to hold you in a matter that if they don't agree with your changes, they can take something from you. Does that make sense? Like, you don't want to be in somebody's household excuse me, y'all, telling them what you gonna do and what you ain't gonna do, but yet they pay all the bills, they got all the power and control, and if you don't do what they say, you gotta go. You gotta build a foundation to sustain yourself, to live the life that you truly desire. You gotta do that. Okay. Yes, it's all right to live your journey in the path that you desire and the way you want to, but you got to make sure that you can sustain that on your own, that you can hold yourself up and be able to live it in an independent way. That's another thing that I see often. But we in this together, y'all. We in this together. If you still watching, thank you so much. I'm glad. Look, it's windy. If you still watching this, y'all probably been worried like, Lord, I'm just waiting on something to come and fly and take her on off somewhere. Like I'm in the Wizard of Oz. Y'all, it is okay. It is. It's just a beautiful windy day with a little overcast. But I checked the weather. I did. But I told y'all I'm determined. I don't know how the sound quality gonna be on this video. I apologize in advance, but I told y'all I'm committed. I am committed to these 100 videos over the next 100 days. As you come along with me on my healing error and just discussing with you what I experience, what I continue to experience, in hopes that it may help you and give you somebody that you can come to this channel and you can listen to someone who is letting you in, and that you don't have to feel alone in it, because you're not. There's so many of us. If you found this video, you one of them too. You know this is the time, and we are building a community. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Please do me the honor. Hang out with me, turn on your notification bells. I told you I'm posting every single day, at least one video, maybe more than one, depends on how good the day is going. Check out my shorts as well. And is there any questions that you have, anything you want me to talk about, or if you want to know if I've experienced it on my journey, I'll make a video about it for you, telling you my side of it and what I'm experiencing. And make sure that you also drop down there in the comments, you guys, and let me know where you are on your healing journey. Let me know if you have experienced anything as far as identity wise when it came to friends and family. How did they act with you? What was the hardest part? And if you can go back, would you do anything different as far as that goes? Just drop down in the comments. Let me know. Again, please like, subscribe, share this with someone that you think is, in that space right now of stepping into their new identity and not sure if what they're experiencing is part of it or not, so that they can know that it's part of it, baby. It is. It's part of it. But I enjoyed it so very much. I enjoyed talking to you all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I can't wait. Every day that I make a new video, I get excited all over again. I do, because I'm excited. This is like a journal for me. It's a digital journal, and y'all get to read it and come along with me, and we get to do this thing together. We do. Well, until next time, y'all already know what time it is. Besides, I don't want y'all to blow away. This thing is leaning with it, rocking with it, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh Lord, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all so very, very much. Thank you for the love and support. Please, please, please don't forget to like and share so that this thing can reach more beautiful souls like yourself, okay? Look, now the fire truck is going, and it's not even close to me. That's what's crazy. Anyway, until next time, beautiful soul, be good or be good at it. I love you. You got this. Keep going. You are not alone. As long as I got breath in my body, you got somebody, baby. Okay? You're not in this thing by yourself. Come hang out with me anytime you like. Follow me everywhere, you guys. The tag is the same. I hope to see all of y'all soon. Keep working hard. Keep being you. All right? Be brave. Be bold. You deserve the life that you desire, man. You do. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. And until next time, I see you tomorrow.